Hello, welcome everybody. I am Kimberly from Retroscripts Rights,
I am Shannon Cunnington from Embrace Network Wealth.
and we're both here to talk to you today about one of my favorite topics, and it's how to make your holiday marketing not just effective, but magical and real. So for my business, and I know for Shannon's as well, we've chosen to create content that doesn't really confuse people or mask or convince people of things that they don't actually need. We would rather create the kind of marketing that captures hearts, feels authentic, and it converts sales all at the same time. So
Exactly.
I know what you're thinking. When it comes to the holidays, it's chaotic. And maybe you weren't thinking that, but that's what I'm always thinking about is the chaos. There's the glitter everywhere. My inbox starts exploding with sales, buy now. Everyone's screaming. It's a limited time. And it feels like my head's going to explode. Would you agree, Shannon?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. But here's the truth. Your audience doesn't actually need the noise or the stress or the pressure. They're just craving that authentic connection. They're craving calm and meaning in the middle of all this. What's the point? They want to know what the point of all this is. And since it's Christmas, I think the point is supposed to be that calm togetherness, the winter wonderland, the love, right? So that's where great content, heart-led content, well-planned and beautifully curated content comes in.
Yes. And at Embrace Network, we focus on connection, absolutely, and authenticity. So I believe we don't need to use those regular old marketing tactics where we rely on scarcity and time limits and that sort of thing. But we can come from the heart. We can lead with the heart. And if your services, if your products that you offer solve a problem, your audience will see that without all the pressure.
Exactly. We don't need the pressure. It's just noise. So before you post a single thing or announce a sale or dive into that, I want people to get clear on their story. I think that should be the starting point. Ask yourself, what do you want your audience to feel this season? How can you bring them the calm, the joy, the excitement, all the feelings you want into their lives? That's what needs to be talked about, I think.
Absolutely. Not adding to the chaos.
Oh.
I love December. I'm a Sagittarius. My birthday's in December. And I have always loved Christmas. I was the kid that woke up at 4 a.m. and like literally sat outside my parents' door going, is it now? How about now? Can we open presents now? And it's not just about presents, but it's about the giving and receiving. I know that sounds cliche, right? Sounds cliche, but I truly love seeing people joyful and I love celebrating. So I'm all about that. But it doesn't need to be chaotic. Let's get back to our roots. Let's get back to what's really important: family, connection. Well, sorry, when I say family, I don't mean the family you were born into, your chosen family. Let's be clear about that, because Kimberly is my chosen family.
And I was just thinking about that. For me, I wasn't that kid that we didn't celebrate with a lot of presents and stuff. We didn't celebrate with a lot of love always either. But what I remember is that rustic, always want to be in the forest in the Christmas, that beautiful snow. And I want a company to bring me back to that. So it's the love that you're talking about, Shannon,
Love.
100%.
Love is always the answer.
Yes. So I'm going to use my latest offering, which is the Retroscripts Apothecary Calm Before the Chaos sale. And I'm going to use that to kind of showcase what I want people to know about creating your sales. So it's not just a sale name, there's a whole story tied to the calm before the chaos. So for many people, myself included, when it turns to autumn and we start getting kind of that colder weather and you get the vibe where Christmas is around the corner, people start decorating, I get terrified. I literally get that deer in the headlights, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because there's all of this stuff just coming at me. And I think that an emotional anchor sets the tone for whatever you're selling. So the calm before the chaos. I want people to really dive into their calmness. I want people to think about what's coming at them. So before they think about discounts when you're making your sales, think about emotions. Think about what really people are wanting. And if your brand was a person, what would she offer this season? If my brand was a person, I think that this season she'd be super sarcastic. She would totally get the mom that's like five kids trying to get through the mall and it's all chaotic. But she would want to be like, here, let me take your kids for 5 minutes. You take a breath and we'll move on from there.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. So, Shannon, if your brand
If
was,
Embrace Network was a person, um, I don't know. I think Embrace Network has some of your Capricorn energy, Kimberly, because she wants to set goals for 2026. She wants to get stuff done. So calm in the organization of it,
yes.
I think, is what Embrace Network is offering. That's the vision that I have, is people toasting each other on New Year's Eve, being like, 2026, I got a plan. I'm gonna kick ass and take names.
Oh, I love that. See, it really resonated with me. I'm like, yeah, yeah, let's do that. Let's make
Let's
that
do it.
happen. I love it. So, when it comes to creating content, it's not just a story. It's not just content. It's making your audience feel something. You want to take them on this journey because your goal isn't just about promotion. It's getting the information out there, but creating a connection. I think some of the best ads do that. There's that connection where you're left feeling, oh my God, like I saw me in that. And so it's the three E's: emotion, experience, and ease. So if we look at my example of the emergency lose your shit pack, on paper, it's a
Love it.
bundle that sells lip balm, hand cream, there's a journal and a roller ball. But through storytelling, it's something much bigger than just the products that come in it. And it's like a lifeline for anyone that's just trying to hold things together, whether they're in a mall, whether they're in the van and all their kids are going nuts as they're driving to the family dinner, or if they're just not sure they're going to be able to afford enough during this season. So, a social post that I'm going to read that I wrote was, when the holiday line feels endless, breathe. Roll on calm. You've got this. So, it's more like telling you to take a breath. You've got this. Another one that I created, which is kind of similar, was, when the holiday line at Walmart feels longer than Santa's nice list and the crowd begins to sound more like a mob, breathe. Grab your roll on from your emergency ship pack. You've got this. So it's two different kind of messages, but one plays to a specific kind of mom or a specific kind of person, and the other one kind of plays off someone else.
Yes, and I think we can all relate to, we've all lost our shit when we're Christmas shopping or holiday shopping or even just grocery shopping at this time of the year, right? So having an emergency lose your shit pack where you have it in your car and you've got products that you can use as tools to reclaim your calm. That's the whole point. You're
Exactly.
selling a feeling there. That's the emotion. Yeah, absolutely.
Emotional marketing. It's the difference between this is just a product and this is a product for me, right? So we have to really dive into those emotions. So once you've made your product and you've got the story and you've got everything, it's time to make the connection and take it a step further by getting your audience playing into all of this. And I know, Shannon, you're really good at this side of things, but it's the interactive content. So it's the story polls. What's your biggest holiday stressor? It's the TikTok challenges, which I myself hate, but hey, they work. And then it's a live Q&A as well. Getting
Yeah.
people involved, interacting so that they're connecting. And this is something you're magical at.
Yeah, connection. That's why I've created the 2026 networking forum. I want to know what people want to do next year and how we can meet those business goals. Yeah,
100%. And I think the other reason why I think you're really good at this is because you're so good at making communities.
yeah.
People
That's
that return to buy your product over and over again, they're not really just customers anymore. I feel like they're part of your community. Would you agree?
absolutely, that's what I set out to create when yeah, I don't believe in just networking in terms of transactions.
Mhm.
Embrace Network has always been about relationship building because you say it right here on the screen. When people interact, they connect, and when they connect, they care, and that is what grows businesses. You get referrals from people that care. So
100%. 100%. I love this kind of stuff. It's awesome.
me too.
So one of the biggest parts, I think, for business owners themselves is not stressing themselves out this time of the year and thinking about themselves too. I don't want to be that business owner that is just running around trying to create posts and sell and da 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 da. Yes, I care about other people, don't get me wrong, but I care about myself too. So no, why not reuse what you've already started and already have at your fingertips? So that's using your workshops, your presentations, your blogs, your social media posts, and intermingling them so that they come out as new, but with a holiday vibe, holiday spin to them.
Yeah. And Kimberly, this is a service that you offer. I know you're not going to promote yourself, but I will promote Retroscripts Rights. Kimberly offers amazing content repurposing. So if you're just done for the year and you need support, reach out to Kimberly. She can help.
And it's something I like doing because I'm very passionate about the fact that we are brilliant. And
Yeah.
then we put all these brilliance into these posts or these creations, and then they're just done. They're gone, but they're not. We use them, people. These are
Yeah.
brilliant ideas. Use them again and again and
Love
again.
it.
So, for the Calm Before the Chaos sale, one simple idea that Shannon and I kind of both came up with was find your calm before the holidays hit. And it became tons of content for all three of my businesses. So, while obviously I want to use it just for my Rich Skills Apothecary, it became great for my Healing Hollows grief coaching as well, because then I could use the blogs that talked about navigating the stressful holiday with some key specific things from Healing Holidays for Retroscripts Rights. I'm creating this slideshow with this presentation based on that piece. So you kind of get creative with it and you can use it, but repurpose with intention to save your time. It's
Yeah,
important.
we all need to save time because there's precious little of it, but we want to do more. That's the other thing about this time of the year is that you want to see the people that you care about, right? So we actually do more at this time of year. It's too bad we didn't get more time off work.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
But repurposing lets you maintain the consistency while staying sane and reinforces your message across your platform in such a brilliant way so that we can take time off work.
Love it.
I love it too. So, one of the important parts of this was mapping things out. And I know, Shannon, you are one of my biggest drivers with have a plan, get things going. I can sometimes kind of fall into different segues, but keeping on this path was so important.
Yeah, yeah, solo entrepreneurs, we get distracted easily, right? But when there's a plan that you know what you need to do next, I think it helps keep the calm. Yeah.
Exactly. And by planning things out, you're able to kind of work around your own schedule, especially during the holidays. We all come from different cultures, different backgrounds, all that stuff. So it's not always just Christmas and Christmas Eve that we have off. There's the 12 days of Christmas. There's Hanukkah. There's Kwanzaa. There's a million different things that sometimes aren't observed in our workforce as much. And so we have to set up the plan so that we can work around those things. I personally am, like you said, a Capricorn, and I would work through all of Christmas if I could. But I understand that it's not healthy to do that. And I've got kids and everything like that. So it's scheduling things and working things out so that it works for us and so that we can still breathe. Yeah. So here's a little just small breakdown of what I did for my business and how I kind of organized everything. So, phase one was the launch, which was in early November. So, I started building anticipation. Shannon, we came up with sale names, we came up with a newsletter. You just made me post to LinkedIn, which was awesome. But this is where we were dropping little nuggets of, hey, are you feeling stressed out? Are you really getting in on the chaos? Slow things down. Phase two was all about engagement, and we want people, which is happening now, to kind of start doing the polls, the lives, interact, having some anonymous person talk about their experience with my products. That's where we got people really in. Phase three was the conversion. So now we're highlighting in a very respectful way, hey, this is something that's going to help you. How is this going to help you? Why do you want this? And then the final push in phase four, usually this would be where you kind of say, hey, it's going out of sale. You want to buy this. we are not doing that. Instead, we're going to do gift guides. We're going to say thank you to people. We're going to send last call messages, but last call messages that actually check in on people because that's coming from the heart. And it's something that I truly believe in. And I know you do as well, Shannon.
Yeah.
We don't want people to necessarily feel that urgency like they're about to miss out. I truly want people to know that they're supported.
But we all also have that like, oh my gosh, I forgot that so and so invited me over for dinner and I have nothing for them. What can I do? Right. So there's always those last minute panic things that are things that slipped off our to do list or things we just didn't get to. But I love what you have in the bottom of the screen here, serve before you sell. We're here to support people, right? Support, don't stress. I love that.
Exactly. And we don't need to do that scarcity. Oh my God, you're about to miss out. It doesn't serve anybody and it really doesn't help anybody. So
Exactly.
I know it's a good sales technique, but not
It
what we're
works.
here
It's
for.
yeah, it's a principle of influence for sure. If you want to read about principles of influence, I took a uh, course in university,
Mhm.
psychology course that was on a guy named Cialdini and his principles of influence. But they work; they're effective in the human brain, but they're not heart centered. So I love everything you've got here, Kim. This is a much more heart centered approach.
I appreciate that. I do. So, with this season in mind, the heart of the holiday marketing shouldn't be about the loudest sales and the flashiest ads. I have seen some ads and I just sit there from the beginning to the end thinking, what was that for? Yeah, it was exciting, but I'm like, what? And then you finally find out, and I'm like, really? I just sat here for that whole commercial, and that's what it was for. I mean, if anything, it puts me off buying the product I've
Right? Yeah,
watched,
yeah.
100%. So I've seen some of the biggest companies with the biggest amount of money to throw at it, but I don't think you need a ton of money to really come at this. If you come at it from being from the heart, wanting to support each other's, that connection is going to create community. The community is going to create loyalty, and you're going to connect with your customers and make sales. And they're going to want to return to you over and over and over again.
Because they didn't feel pressured by you, right? I think a lot of people are getting turned off with all of these high pressure sales these days.
Exactly. And I look at too this price of everything. The
Yeah.
price of life is going up. And it feels like every year we complain about it and it continues to go up. But
Yeah.
the amount of money we have doesn't necessarily increase at the same time. So
No, it's
yeah,
true.
like coming from the heart, it's just a better way of being.
Yeah, better approach for sure.
So here are the key takeaways I have. Start with your heart. Start from the heart. Start with their heart. Tell stories that really serve both you and your audience. Repurpose fearlessly. Stop overthinking it. Shannon, you are the number one person who tells me just get it out there. Don't overthink. I think we're all
Yep.
really good at that. And keep your marketing beautifully human. We are all human. I think that you've noticed I have a little bit of a script in front of me because I'm human. And this time of the year, my brain is not always clicked on the way it should be. But this message, I want people to know. And so I'm going to let my humanness show. I'm sure that when I do an example for my Calm Before the Chaos sale, I'm going to use myself and I'm going to show myself in all my humanness glory of kind of losing it over Christmas a little bit. But I want to show them, hey, my rollerball sets will calm you down and look at me do it. You know?
Right.
So,
Yes, lead by example, Kim. Yep.
and you do that beautifully in your business as well, Shannon.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, with kids and mom that I'm caregiving for, yeah, there is chaos, but we can return to our roots. You have amazing tools, amazing products. I don't think you mentioned that all your products are handmade in small batches, natural elements, and all those sorts of things. So, I'm going to promote Retroscripts Apothecary as well.
Exactly.
So, but I love this. And again, I've been saying for years and years since I started Embrace Network that start with your heart. It all comes back to relationships and connections. Yeah, I love it.
And the big thing is because when your message nourishes and your audience responds with loyalty, your business glows all year long. So the big part of this that we think we forgot to kind of mention is yes, we're focusing on Christmas, but you can apply all this information to any of the holidays. Valentine's Day, Easter, they're all kind of stressful in their own very different way. So apply
Family Day is coming up in February for sure. Yeah, for
excellent.
Canadian people.
But by applying the kind of tips that we gave here to all of your different holiday specials, it just helps all year long.
Love it. Yeah.
So here's to creating holiday marketing magic and the kind that converts, connects, and brings in a community for you. So, Shannon, I would love for you to do a little plug for yourself. You are an amazing cheerleader. You always put me first. Give a little plug for yourself here.
So I mentioned earlier I am doing I I took a I'm going to call it a sabbatical from Embrace Network, but I miss networking. I got the opportunity to attend a Halton Women's Networking event where Kimberly did this presentation live in person for people, and it was such a fantastic thing. We thought it would be valuable if we recorded it and offer it to all of you because it's valuable content. And being at that Holton Women's Networking made me realize how much I miss networking. So I am thinking about relaunching Embrace Networking. So that's what the 2026 Networking Forum is all about. That's on December 4th. You can find the details on Eventbrite or my website, embracenetworkwealth.ca.
Yes, I'm so excited for that, honestly.
Thanks.
An
I'm excited too.
introvert is excited about that. So, yes.
Yay.
Well, thank you everybody for
Yes.
joining us and learning a little bit about the holiday magic. And I invite you, send either myself or Shannon a message and let us know how your holiday promotions are going. And if you used any of the tips that we have suggested here.
Love it. Kimberly, thank you for sharing your wisdom and all of the copywriting and content writing and all of the stuff that all your expertise, bringing that to us and helping us. So, yes. And everybody, you got to go check out Retroscripts Apothecary, the calm before the chaos promotion that's going on. It's awesome. And Kimberly's memberships, maybe buy one, get one.
Maybe.
Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.